All right, so what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to my channel. My name is Simon Hill, Black American from Louisiana, coming to you live from Budapest, Hungary. Today is December 31st, 2024. We are wrapping up this year. It's been a very productive year, busy year. Oh, by the way, I'm over here talking, and I got this beautiful woman right next to me. I'm sorry, I didn't even introduce my guests to the people. Say hi.
Hi everyone, it's Akdi. As you may know, I'm from Turkey and I'm Simon's wife. I don't know what to say.
But yeah, man, it's been an interesting year, I would say. Has it been a good year? Yes. Has it been a bad year? No. There's been like ups and downs this year. You know what I mean? Like for me, how did you feel about 2024?
It was a crazy year because we started the year in Tanzania.
No, we
Right?
wouldn't. No, we've been
That was
here.
last year.
Yeah, that was last year.
Oh wow, okay. Look
Yeah,
at
we've
me.
been here like a year plus, but like January to the end of this year, I haven't left Hungary. I've been in Hungary, and
All right.
you've been traveling. You've been outside. You went all over the place.
Not that much, but yeah, I've been to like some places in Europe, like Germany, like Amsterdam, like Prague, and that was cool. It was a nice year for me as well. Like you said, very productive, as in like we both had school
Right.
and we were both working hard. But it's been a fun year. Like I enjoyed this year.
But it's like also, you had fun traveling, but at that same time, something horrible happened to you while you
Yeah.
traveled. Like, can I say it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got robbed in
Yeah.
Brussels. So that's not funny. I'm glad you're safe and okay,
Yeah.
but that sort of like symbolizes the year. Like something good happened, but then something horrible happened along the way.
Yeah, I mean, every year is kind of like that. You
Yeah.
know, good things happen, bad things happen, and at the end of the year, I'm happy that I'm still like able to look at the next year with excitement.
Yeah.
And yeah, I cannot wait for like what the new year will bring for us, for me,
Hmm.
for my family and my friends. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, and plus we're starting our new year with like an exciting journey,
Yeah.
and I'm excited about that. So yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
gonna
I
be
guess
good.
we got to say this, yeah, because we'll be traveling to America. The Backpack Bandits are going to Louisiana and Texas, and
Yeah.
maybe even Mississippi. Like we're gonna have some content for Backpack Bandits dropping soon with that. But basically, I haven't been home in about 3 years
Yeah.
since. No, 4 years. Technically, it'll be like maybe five or ish because I left in 2020, like in the middle of COVID, and I haven't been back since. So it's going to be interesting to go back to Louisiana, be with my people, see what's changed, what hasn't, and also going back to Trump's America. I didn't think that would happen, but are you excited about going to Louisiana,
Yeah,
Texas, all that stuff?
I'm very excited because like you've been with me to Turkey,
Mm.
right? And I got to like show you around where I grew up and what was like my environment like, and you met my friends and stuff. And I'm excited to do like the same with you,
Mhm.
but this time in your like region,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. And plus, like yeah, have been to America before, but I went to like San Francisco and that like northern part,
Mhm.
and
That's a totally different culture.
yeah, it's like now I get to see like the South, which
Yeah.
we've been talking about for a long time. Like you've been telling me about it,
Hmm.
so I'm definitely excited. Plus, I get to meet like your family, finally, you know, since we've been married.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm definitely like pumped up for that.
Yeah, excited for that too. For you to see, Funro, Louisiana, and basically maybe all the stuff I've been talking about too, as well. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because it's a unique place. It's a different culture, slower pace. Uh, it's not Northern California. There's no mountains. It's just gonna be, flat land, a lot of driving. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
that's okay.
but
Yeah.
it's gonna take you on a tour of the deep south. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see the real. You feel me? And we're
Yeah.
gonna get fat because we're gonna eat nothing but Taco Bell. Also, a lot of fried catfish and crab and
Yeah.
crawfish. Yeah,
I mean,
etouffee, jambalaya, gumbo, all that good stuff. No
yeah.
muffalettas. Ain't nobody gonna eat a muffaletta, but we gonna
No,
eat plenty po'
you have
boys.
to make me like you have to make me try it
A
though. Still,
muffaletta?
yeah.
Ugh,
Why not?
no, that's a whack ass sandwich. A po' boy,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Oh boy,
fire.
yeah. I mean,
Catfish, I want catfish so bad. Like I love catfish, and it's not the same outside. Like you
yeah,
can find catfish other places, but Louisiana fried catfish is fire. You know what I mean?
yeah. I definitely miss like fresh fish living in Budapest, Hungary.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely excited for like all the flavors I'm gonna be tasting.
Yeah.
Like low key, that's one of the things I'm excited for. Like
Yeah.
other than meeting your family, seeing the South and like places that you grew up.
Yeah.
Like that's exciting for me as well.
Okay, so that's going to be like mostly January of 2025. But like, do you have any big plans? Anything you want to do in 2025? Because for me, I want to do like, more reading, like taking my studies like more seriously. I'm glad I'm like passing my exams and stuff like that. But like, I'm passing by like using like 60% of my brain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I want to use more of my brain, learn more. You know what I mean? I got some books over here. Oh shit. I got some new books that I plan on like reading on the channel, doing like book reviews on and stuff like that. So I don't know. Also like doing my writing with Culturalist Theory too. Like I want to do more writing with them and stuff. And just basically continue to like level up, you know what I mean? So, but those are my goals for 2025. Also, stay going to the gym, get healthy, you know what I mean? But what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, so I'm not going to say everything that I want to do.
Right, you don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but I will be graduating from my master's in 2025, hopefully, So I have to do like hardcore work once we get back from America, like for my second semester, because I'll be working on my thesis. I need to do like, my internship and stuff like that. So I'll be focusing on those things. And of course work, but hopefully like once I graduate, I want to get into like the business world of psychology, basically. Like, I want to try my shot at being a counselor and those sorts of things. So yeah, so far that's going to be my goal, and I won't spoil the other ones.
Okay, why? Is it related to me, or is it like a surprise?
No, you already know what I want to do,
okay.
But I just don't want to.
You don't want to put it in the public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, and what's one thing you want to leave behind in 2024? I know I say this every year, but smoking, for me, definitely want to kick my smoking habit. Drinking less too, doing less drinking. I want to leave that behind in 2024. What else do I want to leave behind? My procrastination. I be procrastinating on stuff.
No, you don't.
I be lazy as hell.
You're one of the hardest workers I know.
No.
If you're procrastinating, then I don't know what I am doing. Then I'm like the queen of procrastination.
Yeah. I just want to leave that behind. Like smoking, procrastination, and yeah, that's what I would say. And drinking a lot. You know what I mean? I want to slow down on my drinking, man.
Yeah.
And study more. But that's what I want to leave behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What about for you, if anything, you want to leave behind?
For me, like I want to leave behind smoking as well. I don't think I drink that much.
Yeah.
But other than that, I want to be like more productive. I want to leave like my laziness behind, and I want to achieve like my fitness goals and everything like that. I want to eat healthier. Because when you eat healthier, you just feel good.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be eating like frozen pizzas and
everything.
every other day.
None of that. All right. What was your favorite, like, let's say, moment in culture in 2024? Like, mine is so cliche, but it's obviously the Kendrick and Drake battle. Like, that was just a moment, like, where everybody was, like, just caught up in the thunderstorm. Like, Drake drops a song, then 20 minutes later, Kendrick drops another one, and then Drake drops another one, and their videos dropping, and people subtweeting. It was such a crazy moment. It was such a revitalization of hip-hop for like the culture, right? Because like at the beginning of 2024, like not a single rap artist had like a #1 song in the country. That hadn't happened since like 1995 or something like that. At least once a year, there's a hip hop song that reaches #1. And then by the end of this year, the only song people are talking about is Not Like Us. You know what I mean? Like the #1 song in the world is a hip hop song. So that's an incredible way to start and finish 2024. And it totally like rechanged the landscape. Like Drake used to be that guy and now his future is in question. I think it's a very interesting moment. I know that's so cliche, but
it was one of the biggest things that happened this year.
Yeah. And
I can say I enjoyed it as well, just like talking with you about it and then like listening to Kendrick's new album on top of everything. Yeah, that was definitely fun. For me, I don't know, like maybe I know it didn't end well, but maybe I would say like that those months leading up to the election in the US where I saw a lot of support for Kamala and just like a lot of, you know, excitement around that. I felt like that was a happy time.
Yeah.
It didn't end well, unfortunately.
Yeah, it didn't end well. But it was like a brief 2 or 3 months where everybody was optimistic.
Yeah.
Like, we're finally going to slay this dragon. We'll be done with MAGA. All that sort of like open racism and bigotry, like, will be firmly rejected by the American people. We were hoping, you know?
Yeah. And just like the, you know, all of the women coming together for Kamala and other people, like, I don't know, Obama showing up and a lot of artists showing up for Kamala. So for me, that was like a fun couple of months.
Yeah, just a fun couple of months. That's it. And then it all went downhill.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a good culture moment. All right. Favorite thing that we did. For me, you know, I never released the video, but when we went hiking in that park, I really liked that. Because number one, like, that took me back to like our adventure days going to Mauritius and Kenya and, you know, just walking all over places and stuff. And yeah, and it's also good to know like that's not that far away in Budapest where we'll be for like the next few years at least, that we can go into nature and get stung by bees and have our legs all itchy because of moss or whatever. So that was cool. That was like one of the favorite things that we did. Any ideas?
Yeah, I mean, there was like that moment where like towards the end of the summer we were just going out every weekend and exploring new places, and that's also when we did the hike. I liked that, you know, month, I guess, like in August. That was a cool like time to be outside because the weather was nice and everything.
Yeah,
it was nice to discover the city with you again.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I mean, I've also been enjoying like our movie reviews a lot because it's always fun talking to you.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Dreamgirls coming up next.
Yeah,
she made me watch Dreamgirls. It's not a bad movie. We're gonna chop it up about Dreamgirls.
It was time that I had to show Simon a black movie.
Stop playing.
I'm joking,
Stop playing. I'm pretty sure we're starting off pretty black with like this 100 list because we did like Players Club. Like, we're about to do Rosewood, Dreamgirls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's about to get...
Don't worry, I'll show you a white movie. If you're complaining, I'll show you.
No. I like it. You should do all the black classics, but that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. What else? Anything else for 2024?
What was the moment that you hated and would like to forget it?
Getting fired on Christmas. This motherfucker fired me on Christmas, man. And what type of shit is that? White people got no soul. But hey, man, I mean, life goes on. Life, you know, takes you in new journeys and new directions. I'm not tripping because, you know, this year was great for me career-wise, in the sense that I've made more money English teaching this year than in any of my previous years. So I'm still thankful and grateful for that. I'm able to, you know, keep the lights on, food in the fridge, rent paid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also still able to pay for school and still do cool stuff, you know, with my wife occasionally every now and then. So alhamdulillah. Like,
I mean, one door closes, another door opens.
One door closes, another door opens. So you know, I already got tuition paid off for next year anyway. So it's like, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. Everything's going to be all right. So, but yeah, that was bad. That was a bad moment, but it's also tied in with the good. You know what I mean? Yeah. You?
For me, it was like, like all the shit that's going around in the world a little bit, like with Palestine and Israel. It was hard to wake up every day and turn on the news and just see like mothers and fathers like screaming because their babies are dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was one of the hardest things to like endure this year.
Mothers crying, babies dying.
Yeah.
It's a sad cycle. Very sad cycle. But yeah, it's been a wild year. I'm looking forward to 2025 at least, you know, continuing to elevate, maintain, strive, thrive, all that good stuff. And let's get to our article today, because this will be a short live stream, not a very long one. 7 strategies to strengthen your relationships in 2025 is what we're reading from the New York Times. You can find it in the description of this video. And I thought this article will be like short and fun and sweet to read because like, we have the perfect relationship. Like we're the perfect couple. We never fight. We never argue. We never have problems.
That's not true.
See, she's trying to start an argument now, but I won't let her. I won't disagree. See, yes, honey,
No,
you're
it's
right.
not about like not having any arguments. It's about how you solve them.
Yeah.
For me, like what makes a good relationship strong, because you're never gonna be able to like live with a person for years and years and years and not have a disagreement.
That's true.
Whether if you're living with your best friend, your cousin, your mom, your husband, your wife, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a disagreement, but how you solve it is the key.
Yeah. And most of our problems are me based. I'm crazy. I'm the one that needs to check myself most of the time. So the solution always is within her dealing with my BS, and then I have to apologize. You know what I mean?
I mean, most of the time, I feel like problems arise from like communication.
Yeah.
Because we are used to certain type of communication, just like living our own lives, before we met each other.
Also, our relationship is like we're around each other almost all day, 24 hours a day. So if you're around somebody all that time, of course you're gonna bump heads. Like other couples, they have larger separation times in between them. Like they go to work, they don't see each other for 8 hours and stuff like that. Like we're together.
And we've kind of experienced that this year because we were so busy.
A little bit, but still, I think even with us being busy, like when I'm busy, it's still I'm around you. I'm only away for you maybe 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, because you work from home and I work from home. So even though we're both busy, we're still in the same house working.
Yeah. And so that leads to a lot of good things, but also a lot of bad things. You know what I mean? Because
I think most of the time we're okay.
In
terms of giving each other space.
Yeah. It's like it's 85% positive, right? But then being home all day, not having that separation from working home, the house gets messy, or somebody wants their own space. Me, you know what I mean? And then you're like, then I become like an asshole about wanting my own space or time to like decompress after work. You know what I mean? So because like we're always in close proximity in time, it makes it harder to have that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's not always gonna be like that.
Yeah.
I think so. It's just how it is now.
I mean, we should be
grateful.
We
deal with it. Yeah.
We should be grateful for it because like other couples don't get that much time to have with each other. You know what I mean? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, yeah, and plus we also do a lot of things together, like the movie reviews, or sometimes these lives we do together.
Or we just go out.
Or we go out together. So,
we just went to the Lenny concert. I forgot about that. That was a good cultural moment for us, and just general seeing like Lenny, thrive and strive this year.
Yeah, he was so good.
Yeah, he was very good at the concert. I just wrote a Lenny Kravitz review for Culturalist Theory, explored his whole catalog. I can't wait for it to come out because he's now one of my favorite artists. I cried last night listening to Long Sad Goodbye and Daughter's Eyes. Oh man, Lenny's the guy. Lenny is the truth. He is the fucking truth. Sorry, go ahead. I'm talking too much. Go ahead.
I don't have anything to say. We can start reading this thing.
Okay, so 7 strategies to strengthen your relationships if you got hoes in 2025. These tips can help you fortify your friendships and romantic partnerships if you got niggas on the side in the year ahead. This was published on December 30th, 2024, and it was written by Catherine Pearson. So it says here, relationships are beautiful, tricky things that affect our well-being every bit as much as what we eat and whether we get enough sleep. That's why the New York Times Well section takes relationships seriously, tapping some of the world's leading researchers and therapists for guidance about what strengthens our friendships, marriages, and family relationships, and what threatens those bonds. Sometimes they give sweeping advice that seems as if it would take a lifetime to accomplish. Other times, they offer a simple but effective nugget. With that in mind, here are 7 of our favorite pieces of relationship advice from experts over the past year. So, before we get into it, what do you think? Because you're a psychologist. What do you think might be advice for strengthening relationships Like you have a relationship with, your wife, husband, mom, dad, son, whatever. Well, let's just do romantic. Like romantic relationships. What do you think would be the advice?
I mean, I'm gonna just go based off of my advice, and that's also based off of like things I've learned during my psychology education as well, and like those gems that I just kept for myself and my friends. That I would say like one of the best things to do would be just like to shut up and listen to whoever is in front of you, and actually listen, like actively listen. And at the same time, just like accept whatever comes with their emotions. Just acceptance and listening would be like my number one advice, and stop like just being stuck on your point of view.
Right. She's talking about me, by the way. And also, by the way, I never told her shut up and listen. I've never said that.
No, I'm talking about like myself,
I know. Go ahead.
And yeah, with that, I think automatically comes empathy, like just imagining that you're in their shoes and how would they feel. But even then, like even if you wouldn't react the same way, even if you don't, even if you wouldn't say or do the same things, you have to understand every person has like a different, history and different like perceptions, different family values, and everything that comes with it. So you just gotta respect. Like those are my top things to be able to have a healthy relationship. Actively listen, empathy, and respect.
Okay, that's solid advice just to have in life. You know what I mean? With anybody. Well, let's go to our first piece of advice. It says, repo your friendships. If you are looking to strengthen your platonic bonds, consider repotting. I don't know if it's repotting or repoing, but repotting, a strategy that fosters closeness by refreshing how you connect with a friend, said Marisa G. Franco, a psychologist and the author of Platonic. Perhaps you ask a coworker to come to your next book club meeting, or ask the friend you typically meet for happy hour to go for an awe walk. I guess that's when you're walking in the park and you just look at each other and say, "Aw." Anyway,
what?
No, it's like you just look in nature, right? Okay. Novelty can enliven your connection, and spending time in different contexts lets you experience different sides of a friend's personality. So basically, what they're saying is like, if you're talking about your friendships, it's similar to like going on a date night with your wife or girlfriend, right? Like you've been together for a long time, but you still take her bowling because y'all met and went bowling the first time, and that's how y'all like first connected. Or to the movies, walking by the river, whatever. Repotting your friendships is just doing that thing that you first connected with your friend with, or trying something new to rekindle, that friendship and strengthen that bond. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think it's like doing stuff in different contexts. So yeah, basically doing something different. Like if you always go on like dinner dates with your girlfriend, for example, do something else and go hiking together like during the daytime. And I think it's a solid advice because a lot of people complain that like if you're in a long relationship,
it gets boring.
Like you always do the same stuff. And yeah, like it's a good thing to do. And there are like stuff online where you can like just get ideas.
Are you ever bored?
Not now. No, not yet.
Not yet.
At least
you could be honest. Will I ever bore you?
No. I always enjoy our conversation. I feel like every time like we really have like deep conversation, it like takes us to another place.
Right. Last night we had like a 3-hour conversation about aesthetics and architectural beauty, and I wanted to jump out of a window by the end of it.
Yeah.
Not because of what she said, but because like the conversation got so fucking deep. I was like, I hate this. I hate this world. But yeah, go ahead.
But at the same time, I think like you shouldn't constantly expect your relationship to be like just full of fun because that's not the reality. Even as a person, you're not constantly having fun. Like there are times when you're just on your phone in the bed, just scrolling or something. So I think it's important also to accept like just certain routines in normal life, and enjoy like also those boring, I guess, moments.
Boring moments. Yeah, because one thing I always remember, like when we're doing like the movie reviews, when we're just chilling, when we're outside here in Budapest, like
Mm.
there will come a day when all of it will end. And I'm not trying to get dark or something like that, right? But I've had so many different like stages and phases in my life, like I'm pretty sure you have, and
Hmm.
it seemed like that was always how it was going to be
Yeah,
until it wasn't. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? And so I cherish these moments because I know one day it's not going to be this way. There will be an end to the movie reviews. There will be an end to the lives. There will be an end to our long conversations about philosophy. There will be no more dinner dates. There will be no more
Aww.
Budapest. I know it gets sad and dark, but I always remember that. Like
But those things will replace like themselves with something
they
else.
will be replaced. That's the
Yeah.
point I'm trying to make. They will be replaced with something else eventually. So I cherish them while they're still here.
But we can still have like long conversations.
Yes, I know, but there will there not be a day it will end?
Hopefully not, because this world is full of like weird shit and philosophy. So we'll always have something to talk
The
about in that sense.
Okay, without getting too dark, because we want 2025 to be a good year, there just will be a day something will end. And with that in mind, it makes you cherish what you have now. Let's go to number 2, dating, question mark. Mind the yellow flags. I swear, women just be making up new stuff every day. Girl, he threw a yellow flag. I was yellow
What
flags.
is a yellow flag? I don't
Exactly,
know.
exactly. All right. If you are on the dating scene, you may have become pretty darn adept at spotting red flags, but yellow flags, behaviors or attitudes that signal you should proceed with caution, can be trickier for even the savviest dater to identify. Jancy Dunn, Wells newsletter columnist, looked at the subtler signals to out for in a potential romantic partner. Does your date think all of his or her old partners are crazy? Does your inner circle have reservations about your new relationship? Those aren't necessarily deal breakers, Jancy found, but they are warning signs that are worth your attention. Okay, so I feel like women are just trying to find new ways of saying men are bad, men are dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, I read this article yesterday about the uh, femosphere, like the red pill for women called the pink pill. And essentially, it's built around this idea that all men want to do harm and danger to women, right? Like that is the root relationship of us together as
Mhm.
men and women. So, with that in mind, women should find ways to protect themselves and also to take advantage of men who have more economic power, social power, political power, and also who want to hurt us. It gets kind of pessimistic and dark, but it's also somewhat based in truth. Do all men want to hurt women? I would argue no, but a lot do, right? And
Mhm.
it's in the nature of man to want to conquer, right? Or at least how man is created. Sorry, we're getting philosophical. I'm getting philosophical.
No.
But the yellow flag stuff just sounds like another way to like make relationships and dating harder.
Yeah.
But go ahead, talk to me.
From my perspective, I understand like the red flags, right? If someone is a psycho, if they're a stalker, if they're like sexual assaulters, or they've like forced you to have like, do certain things you don't want to do, like then yeah, those are red flags, and those are people who usually have like mental issues as well. Not all. Or like if they insanely jealous, yes, that's a red flag. But to have something as like a yellow flag, I feel like it's ridiculous because I feel like everyone would have a yellow flag.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of senseless, and it's making us like nitpick everyone's personality.
Right.
Like instead of focusing on the flaws, I would rather focus on like their mindset
Yeah.
about solving them.
Right.
Because yeah, they might have, I don't know, attachment issues. Like they're too clingy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, what are they doing about it?
I could understand the yellow flag in the sense like, okay, this person generally is cool, but he said sometimes he likes to listen to Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? And he says, "Oh, there's some things I agree with Mr. Tate on."
That's
and
a
he's
red flag.
that's a red flag. I guess that's how serious you take it, right? But it's like how much does this person take that? How many yellow flags do they have until it becomes red? I would say. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you were on a date with somebody and then you asked them about their past relationships and they said everybody was crazy. You know what I mean?
That's a red flag.
You say red flag. A red flag might be more useful than just saying yellow flag.
But yeah, but also like because I say it's a red flag, it doesn't mean that I'm automatically like deleting them and I'm being like, I'm never going to see this person again, because in that day, then I would ask them more questions about their red flag.
Yeah.
If they tell me, oh, like sometimes I listen to Andrew Tate and I feel like at some points he's right, then I would ask like, okay, what points like do you mean exactly? And then I would reveal like from that if that person is for me or not. And if they have like just very strict ideas about those conceptions that the red pill has, then I'm probably going to be like, no, it's not really for me.
All right, I'm going to give you an example. So let's say we're on a date and I say I have $10,000 in credit card debt.
Okay.
Red flag, yellow flag, or no flag?
I mean, I would ask like how come it happened.
No, just give me in your mind, red flag, yellow flag, no flag.
Automatically, if I'm on a date, I would say no flag.
Okay.
Because I'm not really concerned with your financial situation. The problem would begin if like you have a gambling addiction and that's how you like have to debt,
All right, red flag.
It's related like how you got.
Okay, red flag, yellow flag, no flag. I have 2 DWIs. Driving while intoxicated charges. So I have 2 DWIs.
Yeah, it's a bit of a yellow flag.
That's a yellow flag. Okay.
Like, why are you trying to kill yourself?
All right, red flag, yellow flag, no flag. I have 1 baby mama.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah.
But her and I are cool.
Yeah, I would need much more information on that.
We're cool.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna take. We're cool.
We're cool. Like we don't have beef. I get to see my son or daughter, and we talk, but we're not together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a red flag that could turn into a no flag.
Okay, so red flag. It's not a yellow flag.
No, not for me, because I've never been married and I don't have children, so I'm not automatically gonna say like, oh, that's fine.
Okay.
But if I really like you, then it could be fine.
Red flag, yellow flag, no flag. I say at the date, very proudly, I've never read a book.
Red flag.
Why is that a red flag?
Because are you dumb, my dude?
No, I just feel like.
But why are you proud of it?
Dude, reading. I can learn more from like documentaries and like just life. You know what I mean? And like just thinking through it. I don't need a book to learn something.
Yeah, I would have to like play a trivia game with you then.
Okay.
Like, show me where Turkey is on the map.
Okay. Turkey is where is that? All right, red flag, yellow flag, no flag. The person, okay, they say that they really, don't see a point in like exercising. Like they hate exercising and also eating healthy. Like they don't eat vegetables and they really don't want to work out ever. It's like, it's not my thing. I hate it.
I mean, I think it's a yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
Because I wasn't used to be like a person who was working out, and I kind of started working out with you. Like after I met you. Like I swam during the summer a lot, and I used to play volleyball back in when I was a student and stuff. But I never was like that person who intentionally worked out, And now I like it, but at the same time, I feel like if he's also just wants to eat junk food all the time and stuff like that, that's just like different lifestyles.
Okay.
So I don't know how we could be living together and he's eating Burger King all the time.
Right.
And
Which flag? Which flag?
Yellow.
Yellow flag?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said it was yellow from the beginning.
All right,
I'm just explaining.
Red flag, yellow flag, no flag. I don't like animals. I don't like cats. I don't like dogs.
Not hate. Like you don't want to harm them.
I don't want to harm them.
Okay, that's fine.
No flag?
Yeah.
Okay. Red flag, yellow flag, no flag. I'm racist.
Oh, yellow, red flag.
You just said yellow, like it's very racist.
No,
I hate Jewish people.
Red flag.
Red flag. Okay. Red flag, yellow flag, no flag. I did 2 years in prison.
Yellow flag.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it depends on what they did to
Drugs,
get him.
drug selling.
Okay. I mean, are they still doing it? Like, are you still selling drugs and stuff?
Depends who's asking. Who want to know? You want to know?
That's a red flag now. Okay, wait, my turn. My
Okay,
turn.
go ahead.
Okay, so we're on a date,
Mm-hmm.
and I say that I'm still friends with a lot of my exes.
Yellow flag. Yellow flag.
Why?
Yeah, because like there's still a chance you could be romantically like involved, or you know, if we ever get into it and you leave the house, you could just run back to your ex. So
Yeah, but
yellow
it's
flag.
just friends.
Sure.
Nothing ever happened after we broke
That's
up.
what it's the same answer as you and the baby mama thing. So
Okay.
don't get mad at me.
I'm not.
Okay.
Okay, same one for the girl. So I really don't like to work out at all, and I don't like to eat healthy.
Red flag. Red
Okay.
flag. Because she might have some major health problems like brewing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to have kids.
No flag. No flag. Because number one, it's like your choice. It's your choice. Yeah.
I expect my man to like pay for everything that we're doing together.
Red flag. Red flag. Because I'm a feminist. And like women should be, you know, equal to men, and like half, 50-50 is how we're doing things.
Okay.
In my ideal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would expect to be treated like a lady, like you would open the doors for me, and
yeah, no flag.
Okay, no flag.
Yeah, but it depends how far she takes it. Like if you don't,
kind of serious.
If she takes it very seriously, like I don't pull her chair out every single time she's gonna like throw a hissy fit.
Yeah, like if we're on a date, I expect you to pull my table, like pull my chair. But obviously in the house, like I don't care. But like when we're outside, like she's very strict, and if you don't do it, she gets upset.
Yeah, no flag.
Yeah.
No flag. Number one, it would take like more time to see how seriously she does take it, but no flag.
Okay. I don't really take that many showers.
Oh, big red flag, and get the hell away from me. What is that? Big red flag. That's insane.
Okay, I'm not really into like feminine aesthetics.
Like no makeup, dresses like a tomboy.
No dresses, yeah.
Depends on how pretty she is, right? Depends on how pretty.
We're on a date.
What is it? You and me?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I dress like a tomboy.
Okay. Yellow flag. Yellow flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm bisexual.
No flags. And can I see you tomorrow?
Wow. Okay. What about I'm bisexual and I've only had girlfriends?
Okay. Maybe a red flag. Maybe a red flag because you might cheat on me with a girl. Yeah. I can see that. That makes it, you know, bi people get a lot of like disrespect because like bi people are like seen as like very horny and freaky. Like, you know what I mean? Like they could just be tempted by everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Okay.
Let's go to the third tip here. It says learn to love I statements. So the I statement is a staple of therapy speak that couple counselors turn to again and again as a tool to help reduce finger pointing between partners and encourage productive communication. The basic formula, I feel X when Y happens, usually followed by the expression of a need. So instead of saying something like, you always look at your phone during dinner, you might say, I feel lonely when you look at your phone during meals, and I need your undivided attention at the table. What do you think about that advice, Miss Therapist?
I think this is very helpful, and this is something I knew before and something that I try to do, like when we have discussions or fights. Obviously, when you're like in the heat of the moment, you don't always think about it. But if you know it and if you set an intention for yourself to use I statements, I feel like at least in the start of like the fighting or the argument, you try to use I statements. and you're just like more conscious about it, and it just
Mhm.
like it helps you not to blame the other side, because most of the time, those people don't do it because they want to hurt you, but it's mostly like a personal difference or cultural difference or
Mhm.
communication mistake or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah. It is helpful to say this. Like you said, in the heat of the moment, it's hard to practice this and always do this, right? Because it's much quicker and easier to point the blame at somebody else. You do this. You left your socks on the floor. You left the toilet seat up. You didn't make the bed. Whatever, whatever, right? Instead of saying like, I feel like you don't care about cleaning up after yourself.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Which takes longer to do, more self control, but it is helpful, I would say.
But it also, I think, increases your self awareness,
Hmm.
because then when you say this shit out loud, it's like, oh, okay, this is why I'm feeling like this.
Yeah,
So I think it's also good for yourself, not even like just to make your partner happy.
yeah. We should read more of these articles because they have one here titled "The Cringy Communication Strategy Couples Counselors Love." I would like to read that with you and
Yeah.
talk about this. We need to do this more often. Well, let's go to number 4. Strike this phrase from your vocabulary. We live in a grief phobic society, and fumbling to find the right words to help someone in pain is never easy. But certain sayings, particularly everything happens for a reason, can come off as dismissive. JNC reported. Grief needs to be witnessed, not deflected, said David Kessler, an author of several books on the topic who lost his son years ago. Instead, tell the person you are sorry or perhaps share a favorite memory or two. Experts say your presence is more powerful than platitudes. Yeah, it really bothers me when people say like everything happens for a reason or say la vie just to everything, right? Like
You say so.
I do say it a lot, but I'm talking about for like major things. You know what I mean in
Yeah.
life. You know what I mean. Like if something horrible happens in a society or a country, people just say, "Well, whatever." I mean, shit happens. I
Yeah.
mean, let's not be so cynical and jaded that everything just seems like whatever, right? When we
Yeah.
can do something about it. But what do you think about this?
Yeah, I agree. Especially, I think with the people you're close with, it's important to just like sit there with the pain
Hmm.
and just be by themselves. You don't have to say a lot. And this is also like one thing that we are taught as therapists, is that like, don't say, oh, it's God's will. Don't say
Hmm.
everything happens for a reason. Don't say it will pass.
Hmm.
Don't say time will heal everything. Like, don't
Hmm.
say these things. Just sit there, just embrace the pain or whatever like that is happening at the moment. Just stay with those people, and they will understand that you're there with
Yeah.
them. You don't have to, you know, say paragraphs.
Yeah. Yeah. Just I like this part of advice here when they say share a favorite memory or two,
Mhm.
something, like, yeah, like I'm imagining like if somebody close to us were to die, right?
Yeah.
Or something horrible were to happen to one of our family members, right? Instead of just saying, oh, that's horrible or that's so bad or say la vie, right? Like you would talk about, hey, I remember the time I spent with that person or, what you told me about this person and et cetera, et cetera. Like, I think that's good advice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. So, number 5, embrace the power of the relational reckoning. As we get older, most of us come to understand that no romantic relationship can offer us everything we want or need, said Terrence Real, a family therapist and author of Us, Getting Past You and Me to Build a More Loving Relationship, which is why he recommends an occasional gut check that he calls a relational reckoning. Ask yourself, am I getting enough in this relationship to make grieving what I don't get okay with me?
What?
I'm going to read that again. Ask yourself this. Am I getting enough in this relationship to make grieving what I don't get okay with me? Okay, I get what he's saying here. Is like, is this relationship good enough to make up for something that I'm missing that I want? And if you can answer, yes, this relationship is good enough, then it's okay. And you should continue to work on it. But if what you're missing is really big enough and the relationship is not satisfying you enough to make up for this, then that's a reckoning moment. It's like a hard look in the mirror and say, am I really happy with you?
Yeah.
Instead of doing something else or being with somebody else. You know what I mean?
Like if like it's like saying, do the pros outweigh the cons,
Do the
right?
Yeah, a more simpler way is, do the pros outweigh the cons in the sense, or not maybe even cons, but the lack of something, right? Because you might really like your partner, but you really also want somebody who is, I don't know, funnier or smarter or, taller, shorter,
Richer.
richer, whatever, right?
Hmm.
But if you're missing that, and it's not really a con because it's not hurting you, it's just not there,
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. So Mr. Real, by the way, that's a funny ass name for it. Some guy who's telling you to have some real advice, Terrence Real. Anyway, Mr. Therapist Real suggested, after all, grieving and digesting the limits of one another's human imperfections is a central part of long-term intimacy. Let's repeat that. Grieving and digesting the limits of one another's human imperfections is a central part of long-term intimacy. So basically understanding like who you're with, your wife, girlfriend, husband, boyfriend, whatever, you have to understand they are human too. And they will make you happy, but they will also make you very sad too at times. Right. And they will let you down. And
Also, they can't be everything that you expect
and
them
they
to be.
and they cannot be everything you expect them to be, want them to be, but they will be everything that they are.
Yeah.
And so you have to have those hard moments where you say, is this worth still fighting for? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely true that there are certain things that you can't change in your partner, but there are also certain things that you can change in order to work with that person to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Like if your partner is too jealous or too clingy, for example, you can like work with them to overcome and see like why this is happening, what did he or she experience in her past, how can we get past this together.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are also certain things that will never change because it's part of their personality.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if you're not able to accept those things that won't change, then you shouldn't like just waste your time sitting in that relationship that is not making you happy. But if every other thing that partner provides for you overcomes, that certain thing that's lacking, then yeah, if you're okay with that, then you can stay in it. Because not it will never be like 100% fit, you know.
I think this advice is the realest and also the hardest, because if you really sat back and think about what you want or what you think would make you happier, that might terrify you when you realize, like, oh, this person will never be truly what I want them to be for me or what I want for myself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we have to balance like the short lives that we have on this earth with what we do with another person as well, who also has the short life on this earth and they deserve the most happiness. It's like, am I holding back somebody else's happiness and my own by just settling with this thing? And that's kind of dicey. It gets dicey.
I mean, yeah, if you can use for yourself the word settling, then I feel like it's problematic because you shouldn't settle. Instead, you should be able to accept what your partner lacks.
Yeah.
And not lacks, but what your partner, what your partner is, basically.
Yeah.
And that could be a part that just is not for you.
Well, that was a rough one. Let's go to 6. Goddamn, I want to get past that. All right. Don't let comparison steal your sexual joy. Okay. Sex therapists and educators spend a lot of time reassuring people that there is no normal when it comes to intimacy. People get especially hung up on frequency. People get especially hung up on frequency and whether they are having a typical amount of sex, said Lori Brotto, a psychologist and professor at the University of British Columbia, who is the author of Better Sex Through Mindfulness. But comparison will not improve your sex life. A more salient question: how much do you enjoy the sex you are having? Me, a lot. So I don't know. We'll go to the comments. My guy Nelson says, Happy New Year, Simon. Happy New Year to you, Nelson. Shout out to Nelson Moreno. But yeah, what do you think about this? Don't let comparison steal your sexual joy.
I think this might be particularly true for women because I've had this conundrum in our relationship, and I was like, because we're sort of as women conditioned to just constantly make our men like set, and it's like, oh, like if you get cheated on, it's your fault because you didn't have enough sex with him, or those sorts of things. Like I think in my head, we're always like, oh, I have to like make my partner happy, and one of the ways I can for sure make him happy is like just have sex with him.
Yes.
But that's the thing. Also, like if I'm not enjoying the sex, then it becomes like work. And then I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying like usually in relationships it's like that. Then it becomes something like a chore. And then I feel like that's how women get away from sex in relationships. Like if it's something like washing the dishes, then that's not going to be something you look forward to.
Yeah.
And rather than like doing the chore every day, I would rather do it now, like 3-4 times a week, but then I enjoy it, instead of doing it every day. And I think it's a balance because there are times where you indulge in sexual activities for your partner, but I think it should be like equal, like for example, balanced.
Both of those situations are good for me.
See, this is the problem. But no, I once I heard this like talk a couple of days ago, and it was saying like basically, okay, having sex for women shouldn't be something that is a show for your partner. It should be an experience for yourself. And that's something like I've been thinking about and also trying to just embrace.
That's the truth. It should be.
It's not a show for the other person. It's an experience for both.
For yourself. Yeah.
And yourself, yeah.
I mean, I don't live in comparison, even though I watch a lot of porn, right? I watch a lot of porn, but I never let porn distort my sex life.
I think it's also maybe with friends too. Because if you have a friend that's just like in a new relationship, or maybe like their sex life with their partner is like very active and you don't have the same, you might also like feeling the pressure of that as well. It doesn't have to be porn.
Yeah, I got you. Like if you hear your friend is having a lot of sex, maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna go to the comments. Nelson Moreno says, remember the movie Love? That was a healthy sex life, but comparison got to him. That's a good point. I forgot the guy's name, the main guy there, right? But he started thinking about what he could do to be freakier and try to keep Electra, I forgot her name.
Electra.
Yeah, Electra entertained. Yeah, that's a good point about comparison as well. But
just do what it feels right for you, because I feel like when it comes to sex,
yeah,
in yourself that what feels enjoyable, what feels the right amount, so it's different for everyone. Everyone has different libidos.
Yeah. But I think it's also important to like continue to make the effort to do it, right? Because it's like some people maybe, at a certain point in their relationship with a partner for a long time feel like they don't have to try to pursue that person, make them feel, aroused, horny, right? Just keep it a buck. Like you should try to continue to, keep that energy there.
Definitely. But like I said the same thing in the beginning, but it should be an equal effort. It shouldn't be only the woman like trying to, liven up their sex life. I feel like it should also be the men as well. Because like you can't get only so far by just like poking your boner into your wife's butt.
I mean, that's how a lot of it starts, right? I mean,
which is fine. Like that's fine, and that will lead to maybe like a quickie or something, But at the same time, like if I'm showing the effort to wear lingerie for you, then you should also show the effort to like improve your foreplay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not expecting you to wear like cheekless boxers. No.
Nelson Moreno says, ghetto gaggers ruined my life. I'm going to say this now. Boy, your sex life freaky as hell.
What is a ghetto
It
gagger?
was this
I
old,
don't even know.
disgusting racist porno that used to be popular back in the day. But what was I gonna say? Oh, there was something I was gonna say. I mean, I think like for guys, different guys put emphasis on lingerie or what they find attractive and stuff like
Yeah.
that. You have to also know what your partner finds arousing, right?
Yeah.
And do that.
And
And
ask,
also
talk about it.
ask, talk about it, but also don't be shy too, because I'm gonna be frank. You ask the person to do something, and you ask the person to tell what they like, and they say, "No, I don't want to see you. I'm shy." Don't be shy. Just say it.
Yeah.
Say
But
it. Say you like them
also,
fingers in your butt.
okay, say it, but also it's a process too. Like the more you trust that person, the more you will share what you desire and want.
Hmm.
So it's a process. So I feel like without starting the intimacy, I think it's also nice to talk about it. And
Hmm.
it's, for me at least, to talk about sex is kind of like a foreplay. Like it would get me wet
Okay.
to be talking about, like,
Hmm.
just with my partner, of course, not with everyone.
Right.
With my partner, to be talking about what I like and what he likes as well.
All right. So let's go here. Last piece of advice for 2025. Host gatherings for the joy of it. I ain't letting nobody in my house now. Fuck that. Man, y'all niggas can't come over. So, towards the end of her life, Dr. Ruth Westheimer, America's best known sex therapist, turned her focus from intimacy to the loneliness crisis. So, she started suggesting in her final book, orgies. Dr.
That's
Ruth
not what
offered.
it says.
I'm sorry. In her final book, published months after her death at age 96, Dr. Ruth offered 100 lessons for human connection and orgy manifestation.
There's no orgy in this paragraph.
So, what were her pieces of advice? Stop keeping track of how often you host or initiate plans. Take the first step and gather loved ones around you because it brings you contentment, Dr. Ruth advised, not because you expect an invitation in return. So basically, she's saying, like, just spend time around your people and show the initiative. Like, randomly call up your people and say, hey, everybody come to my crib. I got a big old turkey and we're going to eat it. We're all going to sit together, I don't know, around a fire, have a few drinks. You know what I mean? Randomly being with your folks.
Yeah. I feel like, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But I feel like this is something that we don't have. Not that it's a problem right now, at least, but we don't, like, with you and me, we don't have a common friend group.
Yeah.
And I would actually like that, to have like friends that we both like and enjoy the presence of. Okay, not paying attention.
I am paying attention to you. You're saying we don't have common friends. I ain't got no friends, and I'm cool with that. But like, if we did have common friends, that would be cool too. I just think we need to be a part of a group. We need to join like a church, a cult. We need to join the Rockadooshies.
We need to join the Ice White Shot.
Exactly. Dr. Ruth would suggest that orgies, contentment, your people.
It's not like sexual thing. I just think that, like, for example, your friend Josh and like his wife, if they were living in the city, I feel like maybe we would see them every once in a while, and that would be fun.
Yeah.
So I think that is just like some activity that is nice to do together, and even with couples, if we had another couple who was married and had like similar experiences to us, after a while it would be like we would also talk about sex and love and different things in your relationship, different dynamics, philosophy of it, and I just feel like it would be fun to have.
So you're saying we need to join the interracial couples clique? That's what you're saying. That's what it sounds like.
No.
We need to find other.
But that would be ideal because they would have same experiences as us, but they don't need to be interracial.
Okay.
But if you think about how people experience stuff, yeah, like those people would have the closest experience to us.
I mean, I would like us to have friends that are more similar because we have similar, ideas rather than maybe experiences, right? Like, so just having other young married friends, that's not my ideal. Like, I would much rather have like friends that we're all a part of the same book club, or we all, go to the same, jazz bar, or we're all interested in like these types of movies or TV shows, and like we hang out together and talk. You know
They
what I
don't
mean?
have to be. Yeah, they don't have to be married.
Hmm.
But yeah, they just have to like share some sort of, you know, similarity to us.
Okay.
What is Nelson saying?
Let's go into the comments. I'm sorry. So he said, Nelson Moreno says, trying Kama Sutra while on LSD is like honey on top of clouds. Would you like to do that one day?
I've never tried LSD. I'm kind of scared. We'll try Kama Sutra.
I've had, okay. I had the LSD before, and I actually had a copy of the Kama Sutra just on my coffee table.
But did you have sex when you were on LSD?
No. I just got really, really high. I need to be in the Pray-Z orgies. No, we don't want to be in the Jay-Z orgies. I got this thing on my face. Nobody told me. I had this thing on my face the entire time. I don't know, like some hair or something. What the hell is that? It's in my beard. That's crazy. All right. Kamala is on the Pray-Z orgy, said Nelson. Glean from his word said, are you still in Turkey? Nelson Moreno said, I would interracial orgies, but with Japanese. That's wild. That's wild. The tentacle monster is going to be with you. And Glean from his word said, oh, okay. And YS8 said, speak Turkish.
Speak Turkish. Go ahead.
Marhaban, Nasılsın?
You see?
You speak some Turkish.
No.
Why?
Why am I speaking Turkish?
Okay, all right.
I'm not a clown.
Okay. All right, but anyway, back to the host gatherings for the joy of it. Do you actually want to do this in 2025? Do you actually, because I was thinking literally at my school, like starting a book club or something like, to get me some friends. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can have friends. And then I'll realize very quickly I don't like them. But
the thing is, I'm not like, it's not my plan to like just get friends and stuff like that. But if it happens organically, then I think I would enjoy it. But it's not something I would force.
Would you want us to have parties at this house?
Not like parties, but
get-togethers.
Yeah, like get-togethers with a couple of people that we enjoy the existence of.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Just need some black friends, man. Need some good black friends here. Good black friends. I tried to have some black friends this year. Earlier we were talking about 2024. One of the biggest disappointments was I got me some black friends, and they quickly turned out to be raccoons. Very quickly. That was very disappointing.
Well, you got to just find the right person for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't expect to be like okay or cool with everyone, even if they're like same race as you. So
yeah, exactly.
Maybe there will come a day.
Maybe. But I enjoyed reading this. I think this is good advice. So, host gatherings for the joy of it. Don't let comparisons steal your sexual joy. Embrace the power of relational reckoning. Strike the phrase, everything happens for a reason, and other dismissive phrases from your vocabulary. Learn to love I statements. So I feel this when you do that, and communicate that way. Watch out for yellow flags out there. That sounds racist as hell coming from my mouth.
Wow.
Yellow flags. Anyway, and repot your friendships. Basically, like, do things that rekindle the magic of your friendships.
Do different things with the same person.
Yeah, do different things with the same person, and just try. What you think of the advice, Miss Therapist?
It was okay.
Yeah,
it was okay. Yeah.
It was okay.
It's not like things that you can't find, but it's fine. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we'll wrap up this live stream. So 1, 2, 3, Happy New Year. 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year. Y'all be easy out there. I wish you a great 2025. Pop a lot of fireworks, drink a lot of champagne, and let your pain become champagne. Okay. And find yourself a nice little baddie from Turkey if you can. You're so lucky. I got red lip. Wow, that's a lot of gloss. You see that? You see that on the side of my face? That should be a thumbnail somewhere. Anyway, y'all be easy out there. Let me close up this poll. What do we have here in the poll? I wanted to see.
What question did you put?
The question was 2024 was horrible, great, no better, worse than others. And got only 3 votes. Let's end that poll.
It was horrible for most people. Oh.
Yeah, that sucks. Guys. I mean, I don't know. We got viewers in Gaza. So I can't end it. I can't end the poll, but I'll end the stream. Y'all be easy out there, and peace. Oh, the stream won't end either. We got to keep talking. Okay, there he goes.